got to focus. Okay? You have got to focus. And those of you who are taking notes, who are smart enough to do that, guys, capital F. All capital letters. I'm going to tell you there's a difference between people who are making a lot of money and people who aren't. And I'm going to tell you the number one difference is that they are focused. I speak to you from experience and also speak to you from having a big-ass team. Okay? To where I can see with a bird's eye view pretty much everything that's going on. Okay? And the people who are making the most money are focused and they have a better life. And the people who are struggling, who are stressed out, who are really pulled in different directions, the people who are also, their income is being hurt, are the people who are distracted. Okay, they're not only distracted with all kinds of different strategies and bullcrap that they think they should be doing, right? But they're also distracted with all kinds of nonsense in their life. And I'm going to tell you something right here, right now is the time that if you have any nonsense in your life, you need to cut it out. I'm going to tell you something, if you don't, you're going to continue to struggle. Not only in your business, but also if you're having a conflict inside of your personal life. Guys, we here at Empower are about not only helping you make money, but also have a better quality of life. And I'm going to tell you something, I speak to you from experience because you know where I was 5 years ago, don't you?
Yes.
Don't you guys?
Yes.
5 years ago, guys, I was at the bottom. And I'm going to tell you, I worked on myself before I started making money. Because if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be up here and be able to be the leader of men that I am today. Right? It took a lot of development. It took a lot of focus. It took a lot of commitment. It took a lot of me cutting a lot of the nonsense out of my life. It took a lot of me getting around the right people, right? Who are doing the right thing for the right reason and who I can listen to. You guys are inspired enough and we've done a lot of that this weekend. Okay? I know y'all are inspired. And that's why I'm talking to you straight talk. Because I know you guys don't need a bunch of fluff and flash and trash, okay? Guys, is it okay if I do that, coach you and counsel you just a little bit here for a couple of minutes before we go on and we have some fun in the party, okay? Guys, if you focus and you cut all the crap out of your life, I'm going to tell you something, two things will happen. You'll start making more money and you'll start having more fun, okay? I have a lot of fun in my life. A lot of people think that, you know, I'm slammed 18 hours a day, and I was at the beginning because I did what I had to do to get my business rolling. And I've done that in every single business that I've built. Okay, Empower is no different. I not only built the corporate and company side, well, it's not so corporate actually, but the corporate and company side, and also built in the field, right? Because we don't ask you guys to do things that we won't do. And guys, in the very beginning, I had a lot of stuff in my life because, guys, what do? We accumulate baggage. We're people. We take stuff with us. Anybody ever seen that Hoarder show? Yeah. Seriously, that thing's unbelievable. But I tell you what, it's the epitome of the human being. Because I'll tell you what, we are something else the way we drag stuff around with us. And I'm going to tell you something, it's time to cut the crap, right? And I don't mean cut the crap inside of you because everything you have inside of you is useful, right? It's cut all of the negative stuff outside of you, people who are trying to distract you and steal your dream. Because I'm going to tell you where all the broke people are right now in Austin. They're home in front of the idiot box without a dream. You guys are here. And the name of your team is what? Dream! Thank you. So guys, live up to your name, right? Okay, second thing is you've got to listen to what these people tell you to do. Okay, focus. You've got to listen to what Tracy and what Nicole and now what some of these other upcoming leaders on this team are telling you to do. We've got Carlton, we've got Adrian. I'm yet to meet a couple of you guys, but I'm going to tell you something. You've got Shalonda over there. Guys, I'm telling you something. Hey, these people are going somewhere. You know that, right? They're going somewhere. And the good or bad thing, depending on how you want to look at it, is they're going with or without you. It's all depending on how you look at it, right? One person can say, "Oh, damn David, that's so rude," right? But other people are saying, "I'm going with it." You know what I'm saying? It's all in, right? How you perceive the world around you. And I'm going to tell you something. They're going on stage in Chicago with without you. It's just a matter of how many Dream Team people are going to be up on stage with. And I'm going to tell you something, that's up to you, but you've got to listen to them and what they tell you to do. And if you listen to them and do what they tell you to do, then guys, I'm going to tell you something, we can help you change your life. Okay? Not only financially, but also in every other area. So please, you've got some of the best, okay, leaders in this company right here in this room. I'm going to tell you something. I put everything I got in their hands. Everything I've got in their hands. I ain't in here talking a bunch of flash and trash with you because you know what? I don't really care about telling people exactly what I think right to their face. Right? Because it's more fun to tell them to their face exactly what I think than to lie behind their back, right? You know what I'm saying? You go and talk crap about their back. Because I like seeing the reaction on somebody's face when I tell them the truth. Most of the time they can't handle it and they go the opposite way, right? Because they're losers. And hey, you know what? It's the cold hard facts. And I like being around winners, but I hate being around losers. And I'm okay saying that today. Why? Because I don't have an emotional conflict with where I'm going in life. I just don't. I know where I'm going and I know who I'm taking with me. And I'm not taking losers with me. Neither are they. You guys are in this room. It means one thing. You ain't no damn loser. Yeah. So don't ever let the loser come inside of your life and steal your damn dream. Okay? Just don't do it. Too many people end up at the end of their life with regret because somebody didn't steal, they let somebody steal their dream. Okay? So listen to what they have to say. Third thing is, meet us in Chicago. And I know you will. Got a ticket. Who's going to meet us in Chicago? Yeah! Who's already got their ticket? Yeah! There's a problem there. And I don't know, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm going to tell you something, there's a problem there. There's a problem. Busted. Busted. You guys are busted. Right? You're trying to lie to me. Right? Guys, I'm going to tell you something. You need to follow your decision up with action. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you like you're fifth graders, right? Because you guys are grown adults who are making things happen. But follow that up with action. Okay? If you walk out of this event without your ticket, then you said to yourself, I maybe kinda am. Yes, Tracy, I'm going. But in the back of my head, I'm kind of still deciding. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to be on stage if you're still deciding if you're going to be in Chicago. Okay? You need to make a decision to be in Chicago and do everything that it takes to be on stage in Chicago. Okay? If you can get on stage, we can give you the edification that you need. Right? Now, I'm going to tell you something. The difference between you and me is I got edification and credibility. It's the only difference. I have improved my communication and my marketing skills because I put my damn work in, right? I didn't just download this stuff, right? I've worked harder than anybody around me. That's why I'm better than the people who come up and try to be gurus, right? Okay? I think I hear Dave's voice. I know we're all going. Okay, hey guys, fourth thing, and this is the last thing that I gotta run, I'm gonna leave you with Dave, okay? We're doing an all-in meeting on Sunday, okay? Tomorrow, from 3 to 5, I believe. Guys, the 100K a month earners, we're gonna have Tracy come up and give some insight as well because she's right there. I'm gonna tell you something, she's right there, okay? Are gonna teach the formula that we've used in the last not 5 years, not 12 years, not some exorbitant amount of time, last 12 months to make $100,000 a month, okay? I can't give you anything better than that. It's a different discussion than I'm having with you right now. Okay? I think you guys know that. So guys, come in. Make a decision. Let's do this. Let's do it.
Microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you brought, well, here again, next meeting too, which nice way to sneak in there. Oh, hold on. I got a sore throat, so I'll just put this on. Not really a sore throat, I've just been talking all night, so.
I ramble a lot.
So I'll sit down for this.
Is this okay? Can
you guys hear me? picking up? All right. I'll talk about it too.
No, it's not picking up.
It's not picking up. Hold on a second. It's because of this number. I'm just going to hold it.
That's a prank.
I can't even pay attention when I'm talking. There's trains going off. Hey guys, Dave tells you specific stuff, and I'm just going to ramble a lot, But here's actually what I want to do is I just want to share a couple things that I've seen over this weekend, right? Is that going on?
Yeah.
He's pulling out right now.
It's an exercise in focus, Here we are telling you not to get distracted. I can't even pay attention to the distraction. Here's the hilarious thing, and guys, I want you to look at this weekend. Okay, first of all, I've been in network marketing forever. I mean, I wanted to do this when I was like a kid because I just thought it was weird and cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys ever heard that story. I'll tell that story here real quick. Why not? When I was like 13 or whatever, I was failing every class in like 8th grade or something like that. Right? I think it was 8th grade I was failing, but I can't really remember, right? Because I was smoking a lot of pot at the time. But in any case, it was like 8th grade, and I was like F. It was like 8 for 8, you know what I mean? And I grew up in a family of 7 kids, and everybody in my family got good grades but me, right? In 8th grade. And my dad was like, Dave, you are the dumbest kid in the family. and I was wearing like a beanie, you know what I'm saying? It was Alaska, freezing cold, and I said, what are you talking about? Like this, over to the side, and he said, Dave, 8th grade is not difficult. It's not as difficult as 8 out of 8 Fs in 8th grade. You're being stupid. And I said, well, why should I get good grades in school? And he said, because you need a good education, because you need a good job, to support a family, right? I mean, all the things, all the bullshit we always hear, right? So in any case, I looked at him and I said, so I can do what you do? And sit around all day reading stuff and being bored in a courtroom, right? He's a judge. And he says, well, something like that. And I said, yeah, I'd rather be poor, right? And I said, so if I have to go to school to make a lot of money, right? I'm going to be poor, I'll just tell you right now. So what can I do that, makes me money without school? And he took me to an Amway meeting. I'm not kidding, right? So I was sitting there with this old guy, and he was super boring, and I thought he was like my dad, did product pickup on Wednesdays and talked to 5 people about, how one day they were going to do something way off in the future, because my dad never really wanted to do anything. But I went there, and this guy's talking, and he's doing this presentation. I was bored. But then here's what happened, and this is why I'm telling this point in the story, is because the guy got to the part where he's talking about the money. I understand what the hell he's talking about. It's the most complicated thing I ever saw in my life. And I was like, what's he talking about? But then this homeless guy interrupted him, right? And he said, how much money you making? And this guy turned around and he wrote on the board, he said, not much. He said, just get started anyway. But last year I made $220,000, right? And I was like, you're fucking kidding. Right? Because I was a teenager, and the only other guest was a homeless guy. And it's like, if I sell soap and vitamins to homeless people, teenagers, I'm going to be rich. Right? That's how I got around network marketing. I failed for a long time. Right? I failed for a couple of reasons. Number one, I didn't have something like this, guys. I didn't have something like this. I'm just telling you, I didn't have anything like this. Tracy, we ain't never had anything like this ever. Never. Right? We ain't never had. Hey, Nicole, we ain't never had this. Now, she had a team of 10,000 people, wasn't making no money. Right? You know that. Right? At the time, she'd say she was making money because you want to get you in. Right? Or whatever. You'd say how much money you make and you wouldn't believe it if I told you. Right? Guys, look. Hey, and it was all on her. She had 10,000 people in her team somehow in something that paid nobody any money. It's amazing. Right? I ran into a guy this weekend that still has 80,000 people in his Amway team. I was like, how do you even get anybody into that? I couldn't figure it out in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But guys, we didn't have nothing like this. We didn't have nothing like this. Right? Look at what you got. And I'm not saying this from a cocky perspective, because the truth is anyone in here can make more money than me, right? Within power. You just have to produce more. Right, guys, you got something where you can just go out and you can sell stuff, you can goddamn make $100,000 a month in 90 days. I'm just telling you, you can. Right? Now, some of y'all will go do it. Right? Some of you won't. Right? Some of you, though, you're going to wait. Some of you guys are going to think it's saturated because you're in a team meeting that has, 100, 250 people or something? And some of you guys are going to realize something, that you're just in an auditorium of 4,000 people or whatever it is. I actually don't know how many people are here. But you're in that room and you're looking around and you're saying, I was in a company back in 2003, and I was in an auditorium of 15,000 people that had 5 auditoriums of 15,000 people the same weekend just on the West Coast. And the weekend before, there was 20 auditoriums of 15,000 people on the East Coast. Not counting the meetings all through Europe, not counting things all over the world. There's nobody in this thing, guys. You guys are in something where you can just go out and create a fortune. And when we talk about these numbers, look, here's the thing that we get numb to a little bit, and I want to talk real just for a second. We toss around $30,000 a month like it ain't nothing. Don't we? You know what I'm saying? Like it's 30,000 a month. Yeah, you're starting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be practically a god with laser vision to do that anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? You got 10,000 people in your team. You don't make that somewhere else, right? We toss it around like it's nothing. Why? Because honestly, here it is, right? Now, sometimes it's hard to believe that because of our previous experience, but not because of the reality here. Because the reality here is actually way simpler than you think. Way simpler. And here's how simple it is. And then I probably, better jump to the next room or whatever after I tell 6 more stories. Because by the time Dave's done telling everybody what to do, right? Here's how simple it is, right? Who here this weekend made a commitment you would not have made had you not been here? Raise your hand. Right? Look around the room. Right? Look around the room. Right? Now, guys, realize something here here's what happened this weekend. A couple things. Number one, you saw so many damn people making money that there's no way you could even try to not believe that it's possible, right? You could really, 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 really try and still fail and not believe it after what you guys have seen this weekend. I mean, you could really try and say, I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't believe, and so you're going to have pictures of checks flashing in your brain, poison you, right? The second thing we did this weekend is you'll never be able to forget this even if you quit. Poison, right? Right? Poison, right? And you go back to your job and you'll be getting a check at work and you'll be like, I quit that thing, I'm frustrated. And then you'll look at your paycheck 6 months from now and you'll say, God, damn it, I did. Right? You just got to take action. You're poisoned now. You're just poisoned from the rest of the world. You can't do what these other people do, right? You're poisoned from other network marketing. I know evil of us, but, guys, this is just too good. And it's going to get better because we love you, right? We love you. And here's one thing about Tracy. I've known Tracy for years, right? I've known you now for like 3 years. I've known you for a long time too, off and on, not as well, right? We never talked as much. You were kind of burnt out actually, kind of when I was a little bit earlier on. She was burnt out for a long time, right? When she got an Empower number, she's like, yeah, I'll get it, but I'm going to just do this PLL shock over here. Well, I think you still have, right? But you're like, yeah, Dave, I'll get it, but I'm going to go do this stuff over here after Tracy convinced her in, right? Burnt out. I've known Tracy for years, though. Tracy's been unbelievably talented for a long time. How many of you know that? Right? Hey, she hasn't seen nothing yet. She'll be making $300,000 a month, right? And then $500,000 a month. I'm telling you, it's just the start. Folks, this room here, here's what's going to happen. There's 2 things that'll happen to people in this room. Number one, some people will come back next time with the team. Some people won't even come back, and they'll promise that they will. And I just know how the universe works, and they'll be poisoned, and they'll be back later. It's okay, right? However, in a year, right? In a year, there's going to be somebody in this room, maybe several of you, right? And here's what's going to happen. You're going to be sitting on the floor and looking out at your team of 100, 200 people. And Tracy Walker is going to be up here, right, talking to your team. And you're going to be sitting there against the wall, sitting down, and you're saying, I sure am glad I decided to take action, right? Because you deserve it. And you know you do, right? You do. Here's the thing that you got, that you guys got to be thankful for. You guys are the luckiest people in Power Network. Here's why. Because you can actually get a hold, you can get around Tracy and Nicole still, right? And you think it's like you take it for granted, right? You know how hard that's going to be in a year or 2. You won't be able to get around her if you ain't making $30,000 a month, $20,000 a month. She won't even barely talk to you. And not because she doesn't love you, it's because she won't have time. Because she'll have too many people making it, right? And she'll need to focus with the people that are really moving things. Met a guy once in this old school company. He wouldn't talk to anybody in his team that was doing less than like $5 million a year in sales in his team. And it wasn't because he didn't love them. It was because his team was too big. And he couldn't. Right? And here's what happens, and it's like magic. Right? And this is, you guys wanna all of a sudden have magical powers like a wizard, you know, sort of. He's like, hit me. Right? It's like you can rub yourself and grant your own wishes like you're a genie in a magic lamp, right? It's that good. Here's how to do it, right? I say the most ridiculous things, don't I? I mean, sometimes I just listen to myself and I just roll my own eyes. Just comes out, you know. But here's how you do it. Here's how you do it, right? First of all, you got to connect with what you want. What do you want? What do you want, really? Really? Right? And don't bullshit yourself that you want something another man, another woman wants, because probably you want something else. Connect with what you want and why. And get real. And don't take excuses, guys. Don't take excuses. If you accept excuses from yourself, you automatically have to accept them from everybody around you, because you are creating their excuses all the time and validating them with your own excuses. If you have no excuses ever, you know what the beautiful thing is? Somebody tells you some bullshit, you just look at them and you say, you're so bullshit. And you just start laughing, and you can do it right in their face when they're nervous and not feel bad. Because if you can't take excuses from yourself because you fight through everything, right? You automatically become powerful with those around you. Automatically. You got to get clear. No excuses ever. You've got to decide to take action immediately when you learn something. Right? You want to know how long it takes Tracy to take action on something she learns? About a billionth of a second is about how long it takes. Right? And here's how long it takes. It takes a hundredth of a second.